Hey Johnny, I don't know if you'll care about this, but I'm an artist. I'm an artist too, so I thought I'd. My concern, I dress up in a lot of different outfits too. People think I'm a lawyer. I dress up, I work at a grocery store. I dress up like I'm a lawyer. I have a judge outfit, girls, boys, whatever. I've had a rough day too. I think we both had rough days, and I had anxiety and things, but I thought about you, and from my experience, because I'm an older lady, it's like where there's smoke, there's. I think you probably have maybe done some stuff when you were drinking and maybe party. Well, you're friends with Hunter Thompson. That was about drinking and drugs. I mean that. I don't read that stuff. I don't want to put it in my head. I don't read Ayn Rand. I mean, I know a lot of people do, but I don't. I had a I had a boyfriend that did heroin, and he was pretty abusive, and he wasn't even on heroin at the time, but he was an addict. And my dad is emotionally abusive, not really physically, but he's got a bipolar disorder. That's not in check. He doesn't see a doctor. So usually if you're having a problem, sometimes you don't feel good and you can get abusive. So I would suspect you're having a problem. And maybe Amber's having a problem too. I would think both of you are having problems. But just pointing the finger at her pointing it at you, something in the relationship was not good. And I was friends with a couple of attorneys that were federal attorneys, and I guess my mind would say to get out of this would be turn into yourself and say, well, what can I do better? So many people have such a hard time looking at themselves and saying, well, Judge, I went to an anger management therapist and we've been working on this. So you go in there armed with that information that you've been working on yourself, and that judge is going to look really highly at you, Mr. Depp. Don't just go in there saying, I'm sorry. You go in and say the steps that you're doing to look at yourself and say, what went wrong? And I think the judge will be in favor of you. I don't know if you and Amber can talk about it, and maybe not. But nobody's perfect. I mean, I try to learn and get better from relationships, and I don't have problems with abuse because I've worked. I mean, my kids might say I do, but not my youngest daughter. My oldest daughter's having some problems from years back, and I'm like, well, let's get some counseling. I'll go with you. I mean, that happened, when you were 5 or 6 years old. I slapped you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have slapped you. Let's go get some counseling. But she harbors it inside, and she'll bring it up, and I'm like, that was 25 years ago. Let's go talk about it. Anything can really be remedied, almost anything. There's certain things like sexual abuse of a child. You can't get over that. That's a done deal. So you have not done anything that is so terrible that it can't be forgiven. And if you have any questions, or you want to talk, or you want to be a friend, or you want a friend that's an older adult that's not crazy. I mean, I take medicine, but I don't do drugs or drink, and my feet are pretty firmly on the ground, and I've got a great dream and vision in World Preschool, and I am looking for a partner that's good. I want someone that's amazing, and I want someone that's funny and can see the vision and partake in this. And I think it'll be a great project for the right person. And I've got maybe some guys that might be interested, but so I'm in the process of trying to find someone that would like to partake in that. And I do have a good self-esteem. I may not be as pretty as Amber, but I am a good woman. And, just dim the lights and have a glass of wine. But anyway, no, I do care about you because I've only seen you through the movies, and I think I met you once in Hollywood. And nobody's perfect, and everybody's got problems, whether you're famous or not. All right, well, I hope you have a good night.